Hello all. So in today's class we will look at the canonical form where we are obtaining the ellipse. Now we obtain an ellipse when delta is not equal to 0. For conic delta is not equal to 0 and d must be greater than 0. So in the case of parabola, d must be equal to 0. So the equation represents, so we have the equation, so the equation ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to d, c equal to 0. So let us call it as equation 1. So the equation 1 represents an ellipse if d is not equal to 0 and delta is not equal to 0 and d must be greater than 0. So let us use the transformation. So we will use the transformation x equal to x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta and y equal to x dash sin theta plus y dash cos theta. So here we will use this transformation for x and y. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോർമേഷൻ എടുത്തു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ we will eliminate the term for x dash y dash. So we will choose theta such that the coefficient of x dash y dash is equal to 0. So choose, നിങ്ങൾ നേരത്തെ പരാബോളയ്ക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന പോലെ തന്നെ. So choose theta such that coefficient of x dash y dash is 0. So x dash y dash in the coefficient പോകും. അപ്പോൾ ബാക്കി നമുക്ക് വരുന്ന equation. So the equation 1 reduces to the form. So let me replace small a by, so we will get capital A x dash square. അപ്പോൾ x dash y dash in the term 0 ആവും plus b y dash square plus 2 capital G x dash plus 2 capital F y dash. C will remain the same. And now for d to be greater than 0, d is equal to AB. So d will be greater than 0 when both a and b must be greater than 0, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ both a and b must be less than 0. So a and b both must be positive or both must be negative. Okay. So now let us complete the perfect squares. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് x dash square then 2x dash വരുന്ന term ഉണ്ട്, അതുപോലെ y dash square y dash വരുന്ന term ഉണ്ട്. So we need to complete the perfect square. So now that will reduce in the form of the equation of an ellipse. So let us look at that. So we have d equal to AB, and if d greater than 0, so none of a and b, so a and b cannot be 0. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് x dash square ഉണ്ടാവും, y dash square ആ ഇക്വേഷനിൽ ഉണ്ടാവും, ആ ടേം ഒരിക്കലും പോവില്ല. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ പരാബോളയുടെ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ either a അല്ലെങ്കിൽ either b will become 0. Okay, so if b greater than 0, then none of a and b is 0 and both of them are positive or negative. Now here let us assume the case where both A and B are positive. So the same result will hold in the case where A and B are negative also. So without loss of generality, we may assume that both A and B are positive. So we have the equation ax dash square plus b y dash square plus 2gx dash plus 2f y dash plus c equal to 0. So we have a x dash square plus 2g by a x dash. അപ്പോൾ സ്ക്വയർ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടത് g square by a square then minus g square by a square, and from the second term take b outside, so y dash square plus 2f by dy dash plus x square by d square minus f square by d square plus c equal to 0. So we'll get a x dash plus d by a whole square plus b y dash plus f by b whole square, that will be equal to so let us take the constants to the right side. So ഇവിടെ g square by a വരും plus f square by b minus c. So let us put this equal to k. So that will give x dash plus g by a whole square by k by a plus y dash plus f by b whole square by k by b equal to 1. So this will now form an ellipse which is centered at minus g by a and minus f by b. Now we need to convert in the form of the standard ellipse. So let us use the translation. So by translation, so put x double dash, okay, put x dash equal to x double dash minus g by a and y dash equal to y double dash minus f by b. So the equation reduces to, so we will get a x double dash square plus b y double dash square equal to k. So that implies x double dash square by k by a plus y double dash square by k by b is equal to 1. So this is the equation of ellipse in the canonical form. So നമ്മൾ പ്രോബ്ലം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ പരബോളയ്ക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് പോലെ തന്നെ so use the transformation x equal to x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta and y equal to x dash sin theta plus y dash cos theta. Then choose theta such that coefficient of x dash y dash is 0. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് d എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ either both a and b will be greater than 0 or both a and b will be less than 0. Okay. ഇനി square complete ചെയ്യുക, square complete ചെയ്തിട്ട് then use a translation. So bring center to the origin. So that will give the canonical form of the ellipse. So let us look at an example. So reduce the equation 3x square plus 2xy plus 3y square minus 16x plus 20 equal to 0 to normal form. So first let us look at the value of delta and D. So you have A equal to 3, H equal to 1, B equal to 3, and G is equal to -8, F is 0, and C is equal to 20. So delta will be the determinant. So the diagonal elements will be A, B, C, and here you will have H, and here you will have G, so -8, and here you will have F. Okay, so that will be equal to 3 into 60 minus 1 into 20 minus 8 into 24 varum. So when you simplify, you will get 180 minus 20 minus 8 into 24 is equal to minus 32, and capital D will be equal to AB minus H square. So that will be equal to 9 minus 1. So you will get 8. So D is greater than 0 and delta is not equal to 0. So therefore the given equation represents an ellipse. Now let us use the transformation. So rotating and the axis through an angle of theta. So put x equal to x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta, and y equal to x dash sin theta plus y dash cos theta. So the equation becomes, so we'll get 3 x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta whole square plus 2 x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta into x dash sin theta plus y dash cos theta, then 3y square over 3 x dash sin theta plus y dash cos theta whole square minus 16 x dash cos theta minus y dash sin theta plus 20 equal to 0. So let us take the coefficients of x dash square. So x dash square and the coefficient is 3 cos square theta, then 2 cos theta sin theta plus 3 sin square theta, then coefficient of x dash y dash will be minus 6 cos theta sin theta, then in the second term you will get 2 cos square theta minus 2 sin square theta, then from the third term plus 6 cos theta sin theta, then coefficient of x dash will be minus 16 cos theta, then coefficient of y dash is 16 sin theta plus 20 equal to 0. So we'll choose theta such that the coefficient of x dash y dash is equal to 0. So choose theta such that coefficient of x dash y dash is 0. So that implies, so coefficient of x dash y dash will be, So you'll get 6